not unfamiliar as you see a real high press right now from this South Carolina team. Marshall doing okay handling it thus far. But it is a Gita. Now Marshall just kind of toying with around the top of the 18. As South Carolina, you look, how many players is that inside the 18? 8 right now inside the 18-yard box. Fujita gets inside the 18, gets tripped up, no foul call. Our attack. As you see, De La Vibora again crosses back post. There's high Pinto right into the middle, but nobody at the top of the 6. Trying to get this story in. Fast pace.
Really fall like night.
About 53 degrees right now. Cross from Alvarez, going to go a little long, and it's headed away by the back counts in America. Alvarez corner, and it's headed away immediately by the back line for South Carolina. Trying to go quickly on the restart are the Gamecocks now. As ball high into the air and settled down. David De La Vibora chips it in to the top of the 6, and it's just punched away that time. Right foot strike, deflected off a couple bodies. Marshall players saying the ball went off some hands. Marshall players continuing to...
Yeah, that's it.
4 starters on this Marshall team were here last season. The other 7 newcomers to this Marshall program this year. Far side touchline throw now coming up for Marshall. Down, played in. Fujita back post, ball headed in the middle of the pitch, and a foul got called prior to that. So foul called on Marshall. It's 5th of the match thus far. It'll be a free kick for South Carolina. He said he wanted to come back and really listen to what we had to say to develop him. Far side, South Carolina attacking. Trimnell tries to cross. De La Vibora has to go off of his left foot, and it's a corner now, first of the match for South Carolina. We got into a conversation hard to see the character and how they're going to respond to adversity. You really don't have the time. It's almost a gamble every time. Ball played in as a Marshall player goes down at the top of the 6. Goldsworthy was standing over. Is that High Pinto? Yeah, High Pinto had gone down. See him clutch it.
That's something that Chris Grassi had never really had a chance to play a solid lineup through multiple matches in a row.
Ball up ahead to Trimnell. Trimnell comes in. DeMarco off his line. Trimnell trying to get a shot off. Great defending by Marshall, and the Herd pokes it away. DeMarco came way off his line. It could have been a disaster for the Herd.
And that was a wide open net for South Carolina, but the Gamecocks never could get possession to go.
Ball in for Salkeld. Salkeld trips over his own feet, and now a foul is going to be called on the Thundering Herd. And it'll be a free kick for South Carolina. You see kind of the shove from Trimnell into the back of Alves. He collided. One of them was going to play about half the games, and the other one hasn't played yet this season. If you just said all that, you'd have thought, who knows what's going to happen. Deflected off the hand by David De La Vibora. He takes the strike off the hands of the stair and rolls in. David De La Vibora. A little gritty action in the corner. Gets his 3rd goal of the year. And Marshall takes the early 1-0 advantage.
Vibora in Spanish means viper. The viper strikes with the goal. David De La Vibora, we've talked about a lot how his role has changed this season. Was starting as an attacker, had been moved back to the back line, and he gets an opportunity with some space and a strike out of nowhere.
Yeah, just kind of talking there, telling a story, and out of nowhere. You don't often see Marshall play a shot from that angle. But De La Vibora that time just lets it rip. And with that left foot, he's so strong with it. Gets Marshall's first goal of the match. Injured Goldsworthy will take the throw. Deep throw in the corner, all the way across, headed across the top of the 6. And now Marshall is trying to run it down, but the Gamecocks will instead get there. To play it to those wings as De La Vibora tries for the nutmeg and keeps possession. De La Vibora, top of the 18, lays it off. Pakamov strikes off the back of a defender as De La Vibora loved his own run there. Laid it off for Kirill Pakamov. And it'll create another Pacifico corner kick for Marshall, the fourth of the first 45 minutes.
Lavi Bora laid it off, and I think that went off the back of Alex Sterngard.
Corner is in, and Jonah Bigger will head it away. No danger that time. De La Vibora mishits that one as he tries to clear. And now the Herd will resort all the way back to DeMar. You have a 90% chance of winning. That was back in 2019. Ball headed in, headed on frame by Marshall. And Gabriel Steminato notches a goal, and the Herd's up 2-0. A 90% chance of winning for the Thundering Herd.
Yasha Scherer with the outstanding delivery of the corner kick. He has been, this has been a recurring theme for Marshall this year, scoring off of corner kicks. And Steven Otto getting his third goal of the season, a freshman from Brazil. He's definitely seen his offensive output expand in the second half of this season.
Yeah, magic in the air. Stevenato just steps right in there. The freshman from Brazil, his third goal of the year. Just a tremendous cross from Scherer. You get a look, they're just real quick, but 5 assists now on the year for Yasha Scherer. That leads the team run towards the inside of the 18. Now Marshall with back on possession. Scherer, top of the 18. Scherer dribbling into the box. An individual run by him. He'll run it down right before it goes across the inline and plays it into the chest of Goldsworthy. And again, Marshall asking for a VAR review because they think it hit. Then on the corner for Marshall. Sends it across, ball in, and it's headed away by South Carolina. And the Gamecocks trying to go quick on the counter. Now Marshall nearly gets it right back. Played up ahead, looking for Stevenato behind the back line. Stevenato settles it down. Stevenato 1v1, tries to take the shot, deflected away. Rebound again, and saved by South Carolina. Great defending by the Gamecocks. As again, Stevenato 1v1, tries to get around. Great job by Vestaire. Stevenato gets to it again and sends it to hit the post. You're right. Goldsworthy was word. Ball played up the far side. There's De La Vibora. He cuts back inside of his defender, plays it to the top of the 18 for Scherer, and Scherer trips over the ball that time. We mentioned Vermont 7th, Maryland 8th. Ball played in. DeMarco snares it out of the air. You just kind of look at the top 25. Actually, I think that's been updated. I didn't update my... As the Thundering Herd kind of dominated for the most part. Pinto again will take the free kick for Marshall. Pinto in, ball deflected on. I don't think that touched anybody. High Pinto just sneaks it in the near post. And he gets another goal, and your leading goal scorer on the season, exactly who you'd expect. It's High Pinto with 4 now.
Prove me right. Dangerous off the free kick. That time it was directly off the free kick, and the keeper Verstaire was caught looking into the traffic area. Pinto instead went direct into the near corner. He had another offensive player there in case he needed a touch. It did not need a touch. We'll get another look here just to make sure. No touch, and a goal straight off the free kick from High Pinto.
So High Pinto,
and he affects the keeper. He doesn't have to necessarily touch the ball.
So Alves makes a move, and he's close to being on regardless. Now, you still can't necessarily tell. You need to see the spin of the ball.
It looked to me like he was strength to play through. Just outstanding play by Alves. He's had a phenomenal night.
Camden Kowalski tries to make a run. This was 2020. The last time Marshall did have a 10-plus goal scorer. David De La Vibora, speaking of goal scorers, tries to cross and goes off the feet of William Nilsson and rolls out near side.
But rolled a little bit before it went in. I mean, he was just right on the doorstep, creating goals for teammates.
Alvarez, top of the 18, tries to play one to the far side, and it's sent away by South Carolina.
It was dangerous. Marshall had to clear it out late, but it was a very similar situation.
Sterngard bouncing ball in, and there was a runner on towards frame that time. Just could not corral it, but the ball bounced. Sterngard bends it in, and Marshall heads it away. As it'll roll across the near side, and now Sterngard will come to the other side and take another free. Ballot crosses across the 6, and again headed away by Marshall. Camden Kowalski went down that time, the 6'2" redshirt senior. Definitely some far this year. 1, 2, and 2 in Sunbelt play. Ball played up ahead for Trimnell, and Alves defending, and ball nearly went off of the Thundering Herd. DeMarco's got to be careful coming off that line at times. He's got to make sure he can get there.
Well, Alves has been like his personal protector back there tonight, because a couple of times DeMarco has come off his line, and that's a good play by Trimnell too.
Yeah.
To give it a chance.
Trimnell gets the foot around. Pitch, Marshall takes it away. Ball into the box. There's Alvarez. Alvarez one touch and rolls it wide. Alvaro Alvarez. Marshall did a great job dispossessing South Carolina. And that's really 2 open frames tonight for Marshall. The Herd hasn't been able to finish.
That's 3 in the net and 2 that Marshall will tell you should have been in the net. I'm not sure if Alvarez.
Scher sends it long as offside was called on Marshall on the corner kick. Was trying to get an early step, couldn't do so.
Still a lot of time left in this match. Feels like we're in the home stretch, but still 30 minutes to go. If you're South Carolina, like I said before, even when it was 2-0, it starts with 1.
And this is a South Carolina team as Marshall takes away. There's Alvarez again for Marshall. Top of the 18, Scher, good job by Sterngard, just picks the pocket of Yasha Scher. It's a South Carolina team that needs a positive result at this point. 7th in the Sun Belt standings. Only the top 8 make the conference tournament. Right now, James Madison and Coastal Carolina are on the outside looking in. But a South Carolina team that after tonight, if it does drop to 1, 3, and 2, Coastal Carolina's next. Chanticleer's last in the conference, although tonight they are leading Georgia State at the last time I looked. Yep, 2-1. But then after that, they finish at Georgia Southern and they host West Virginia to South Carolina. Both teams in the top 25. Going to be very hard to get results against the Eagles and the Mountaineers. Speaking of the Mountaineers, 1-0 West Virginia leading Old Dominion in Morgantown in the 77th minute. Kentucky leading on the road at Georgia Southern, 2-1 over the Eagles. It's a Kentucky team that dropped to tied for 25th in the top 25. UCF, who is Marshall's last home opponent of the year, suddenly on fire. Offsides called on the Herd. UCF leading 3-1 over JMU down in Orlando. That's a UCF team that looks really, really good right now.
They are climbing the standings.
UCF currently sits 6th. Georgia State, who was not predicted to do much this season, they were in 5th coming into tonight. Dropped that match against Coastal, and that really hurts for Georgia State. Another Marshall opponent, Virginia Tech, early season draw for the Herd. Beat Winthrop tonight 2-0. Not a ton of games going on across college soccer this evening. (3-0) Marshall with the lead here, 27.5 minutes to play, and Herd loses possession. South Carolina's going to try and come the other way quickly, and Ryan Holmes turns away the Gamecocks. Marshall playing tonight without Chris Grassi on the sideline. Grassi issued a red card in the win against James Madison, but Josh Vaga is after that before you have to miss another match or 2. De La Vibora goes to clear and loses possession far or near side, 8th of the night. Ball sent in and sent away. There's high. Pinto strikes and goes off the back of a South Carolina defender. Now ball off of a Marshall head. Kentucky leading Georgia Southern 2-1. Still leading down in Statesboro. Ball played into the box for Marshall now. Crossed over on the back doorstep right there. A couple players for Marshall just trying to get possession. And now Pinto runs it down. There's Nikita Pakamov. Nikita Pakamov, left foot, strikes one towards the far post. And they're going to get to the point where a school like Marshall is, where the quote-unquote blue bloods don't want to schedule you in the regular season anymore.
Let's face it, over the past 6 years, I think that's a long enough.
You are a blue blood, I guess.
You have become a blue blood. Bryant is really good, so don't get me wrong on that. And I'm not talking down on it. You can only play who's in front of you, and sometimes it's hard to build a difficult schedule as well because, well, it takes two to play.
Taka Fujita overlapping run, crosses to the middle, headed straight down and in. And was that T.O. Godard? Nope, it was Carl Romberg. First goal in a Marshall uniform as Taka.
Right where he needed to be. As the German goes high, just perfect, right on.
He beats Alex Sterngard, is who he cuts inside of. And this is, again, just a really just kind of representation of a pattern that we have seen over the last couple weeks for this Marshall team that is just playing a lot better than to the 10-point mark on the year. Ethan Ballack sends it in and headed away by Marshall. And now the Herd will run it into the far corner, does T.O. Godard before he clears it.
No, that's a different one for sure.
Joao Roberto tries to cross and whiffs on the cross. Well, defending, now Marshall back on it. A little flick on that time by Kirill Pakamov, and South Carolina will.
Men's soccer picked up the win at James Madison. Football picking up the win over Texas State.
Joao Roberto unleashes a shot. Rolls left to go in this one. Free kick into the box, headed out of the air. And now Marshall sends it back in. Roberto offside.
8, 7.
The clock's going to roll all the way out as Marshall is going to pick up a relatively easy 4-0 win over